I understand you've given Nola tomorrow night off to attend some opening or other.
Yes, it's a reopening of a restaurant here in Springfield. I'm going myself.
Mr. McCord, you usually avoid such public functions.
Oh, I know, but I have my own reasons for wanting to attend this one.
Really?
Well, from what Nola's told us about the father of her baby, I think I met the young man.
Really?
Yes. She said that he was a medical student and that she was also considering the name Kelly for her baby. As it happens, when I was at Cedars Hospital, I met a young medical student by the name of Kelly Nelson.
But couldn't that just be a coincidence?
Oh, I doubt it, Mrs. Renfield, because Floyd told me that Mr. Nelson and Nola were quite close when he was living at her mother's boarding house.
I see. And this young man will be at the opening tomorrow night.
Yes. And I want to observe Mr. Nelson and Nola together. If he is the father of her child,
Mr. McCord, please, don't get involved. It can only lead to more trouble.
Any young man who gets a young woman pregnant and then deserts her deserves more than trouble, Mrs. Renfield.
Finished with the things I had to do, and I'm ready to go shopping if you don't mind.
Fine. I'll give you some more money.
You know, I don't know why when you went away the other day that I thought you got one of those faraway places, because you couldn't have, because you got back so quickly.
Well, I may not be as quick to return next time. This should be enough.
Thanks. No, I just wonder, is there anything in the newspaper about them solving the murder?
No, but I'm not surprised. The police often ignore the obvious and... Oh, never mind. What does my opinion matter anyway? I don't know the people involved.
Yeah, but you know a lot about murders. I mean, you've read enough books about them.
Every murder case is different, Nola. It all depends on the personalities involved.
Yeah, but what about the personality of Alan Spaulding? Is he guilty?
I'll reserve my judgment for when he's found and brought back to Springfield for questioning.
Well, that probably won't be too long, you know, because I know Mike Bauer pretty well, and once he puts his mind to it, he doesn't stop until he does it.
From what I read about Alan Spaulding, he does the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I better not let the driver wait any longer. See you later.
Bye.
Would you care for some more coffee, Mr. McCord?
No, thank you, Mrs. Renfield. I'll just finish this article, and then I'll get the Dobermans and take them on a much-needed run.
Ah, yes. Soon it will be too cold and icy to do things like that.
I keep forgetting what winter's like in this part of the world. It's been so long.
But we'll keep busy, Mr. McCord. And Nola will be in the last weeks of her pregnancy then.
Yes. And these weeks and months are very important to us, Mrs. Renfield. And I'm depending on you, as always, to make sure that things run smoothly.
I'll do my best. But Nola's not like the others. She's a very curious young woman. We may end up regretting that we ever started.
If Nola's curious, it's up to us to be more cautious.
Of course.
It may also help us to remind her about what curiosity did to the cat.
The cat?
Well, it killed it. Isn't that how the old saying goes? I'll be back later.
Honest?
Honest, look, this outfit is gorgeous. You couldn't even tell it's maternity clothes. You know what it looks like?
What?
Some expensive designer creation.
Boy. Oh, Gracie, in a couple weeks, no designer in the world's going to be able to cover the fact that I'm pregnant. So these next few weeks really have to count.
You know, I have to admit, Nola, I really had my doubts about you taking this job. But now I think you're really lucked out. I mean, you've got a great job. You've got a generous boss that buys you things like that.
You know, the thing that worries me, Gracie, though, is why is Mr. McCord so concerned that I'm pregnant? And why is he so interested in who the father is? And why did he buy me these clothes, these pregnant clothes?
Well, look, you don't even ask. Just relax and enjoy it. You know, even Mrs. Renfield was friendly and nice when I came in. And she gave me this coffee and these crescent rolls.
Yeah. Well, you know, she can be really nice, too, but she's just like he is. I mean, following me all around the house, asking me all sorts of questions about who the father is and all that stuff.
Did you tell them it was Floyd?
No, I didn't tell them it was Floyd. I just said a story to cover it.
Nola, you said you were on a campaign to quit lying.
Gracie, it wasn't a lie. It was more like I wished it to be true.
You know, I'll never forget the day when you came into the shop last summer. And you were all excited about going to Las Vegas with some guy. You were going to get married and start a whole new life.
Yeah. I'll never forget it. Really hurt a lot. Never been so humiliated in my life. Tell you one thing, Gracie. I made a list. I made a list of all the people that were responsible for what I had to go through. And someday, somehow, I'm going to make them pay for it.
Nola, you are starting to sound like your boss when you told me you heard him on the phone saying he was going to make some guy pay for something. Remember that?
Well, whatever. It's just, I'm glad I didn't lose my job after going to the police about that hat thing.
I'll say. Look, I better get back to my job if I want to keep it.
Okay.
Look, you have a great time tonight.
All right.
And, be sure and give Tony my love.
Okay. All right. All right. Great. Wait a minute. Why don't you come? Why don't you tell him that yourself? You can come to the bar. There'll be plenty of room. That's where he's going to be working.
Well, I don't know. You never know. I might do that if I can find something to wear.
Oh, you can find something to wear. Come on, you can sit with Floyd and I at our table. It's going to be a really special table, too, because Josh Lewis picked it out personally.
Josh Lewis? Did you see him? Did he call you here?
No. I went by the restaurant. We had this wonderful little talk and everything. That's why I don't want the dress to look like a pregnant dress.
I can't believe you, Nola. You have got so many irons in the fire right now.
Well, Grace, you know, that's the funny thing about life. Things can work out the way you want them to if you're clever, you know. So I'm just going to make sure I'm going to do my best so I have a good future for me and my baby before I go into hiding for the last month.
Well, my money's on you, kid.
Well, this is Nola Reardon, Mr. McCord's household supervisor, and I'm just wondering why the draperies weren't delivered this morning. No, I paid cash for them. Well, I think you should know that Mr. McCord has just recently moved to Springfield, and I think you would be interested in know that he has a 30-room mansion that he'd like to furnish. You're going to send a messenger right out? Yeah. Thank you. I kind of like having this power. Floyd?
Hi, Nola. Mrs. Renfield said it was okay for me to come up here and talk to you.
You're not supposed to be here till 7:30.
Well, that's why I came by. That and more important reason. I can't tell you how I felt when I received this letter in the mail this morning. It's the first letter I ever got from you.
Well, I don't write many letters. It was a special circumstance.
Well, I don't know what they were, but I was really touched by your concern, the way you expressed it, and about me being the father.
Floyd, good Lord, get in here. The whole point of the letter was so that Mr. McCord and Mrs. Renfield would know that you were the father.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot for a minute. But I don't see why you have to make up this big story about somebody else being the father.
Sit down for a minute. I did it for your own protection. Because ever since I started working here, Mr. McCord and Mrs. Renfield have been very protective about me and the baby, asking all sorts of questions. Who the father is? Why isn't he here assuming his part of the responsibility? I'm afraid they're going to do something terrible to you.
Nola, you know that I would love to be around you more, and I would do anything that I
They're going to let the dogs loose on you or something. You're going to end up in a box, and Mr. McCord... Who is it?
Mr. McCord, Nola. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had company.
Hi, Mr. McCord. Mrs. Renfield said it was okay for me to come up here. I just came by to tell you that I wouldn't be able to pick you up tonight because I have a rehearsal at the restaurant. So I'm sending a taxi to come and pick you up. Okay?
Well, that's very generous of you, Floyd, but I have a car and driver, and since I'm going to, I'll be glad to give Nola a lift.
Oh, well, that's very democratic of you, Mr. McCord, but it's not necessary.
Democratic? Why?
Well, you're being Nola's boss and everything. I just assumed that you wouldn't want to walk in the same place with one of your employees.
Oh, Floyd, I don't think of Nola as just an employee. And besides those class distinctions you were referring to, well, they're outmoded and...
Well, I guess that does it, huh? That solves everything. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just head on to the hospital.
Okay.
Oh, Nola, don't forget that it's Kelly's birthday tonight.
Right.
And I know that things have been very strained between you guys, but I just thought that if you picked up a card or something, it might help to patch things up. Okay. Nice seeing you, Mr. McCord.
Floyd? Kelly must be the medical student I met at Cedars Hospital the other day. I'm sorry that you had a falling out with a friend, Nola.
Well, sometimes that happens. You know, you get close to somebody and their wife gets jealous.
If you had this falling out a few months ago, that must have been just about the time you discovered you were pregnant.
Oh, you're right about that.